It's unforgiving love. When will you come around? When will you come around? When will you come around? It's unforgiving love.
First and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, thank you, babies. I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. Thank you, Aluche. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you, babies. I appreciate you. Thank you, Diamond. Also, chosen ones, as you already know, I do have to give you that brief disclaimer. So I only want you to take what resonates and I want you to leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying first force certain scenarios on you. If you don't happen to get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you won't get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Also, as you already know, my voice is too raspy, chosen ones, to be whispering, all right? So this is about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume, okay? So before we get started, as always, I want to thank you so much in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribes, your gifts, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate you because I don't always get the pause in the middle of my message and when I'm relaying to say that to you. So I appreciate you. Also, for those of you who have to pop in and out, I understand. I'll definitely post this on YouTube as well, all right? Now, chosen ones, we're going to have to get into what you can currently be feeling, all right? And I'm going to explain this to you. Right now, some of you could feel as far as certain energy being drained. So you could feel exhausted. You could feel tired. You could feel a sense of stagnancy. There's some of you chosen ones where you could feel like you were initially feeling like you were going to be social. Now, all of a sudden, that's at a standstill. Now, I want to explain to you what's going on, okay? So some of you chosen ones, I want you to realize that physically you could be feeling like you have the flu. You could be feeling like you have a stomach virus, whatever the case may be. You could be experiencing certain headaches, anxiety, so on and so forth, but I'll explain those things, right? Now, first, for the first group, there's some of you that are starting to physically feel ill based upon the individuals that you still have around you. So these are individuals that you could feel so energetic, but then all of a sudden when you come in contact with them, now you're feeling drained. Now you're feeling upset. Now you're feeling mad. Now you're feeling annoyed, whatever the case may be. So these are individuals who have transferred their energy to you. They have transferred deliberately their intentions towards you, right? So there's some people, chosen ones, where they're just naturally Debbie Downers. You have to remove these people from around you, right? So these are people who match your good news with bad news for them. These are people who always find up a flaw in a beautiful situation. This is individuals that encourage you or discourage you, from being excited for what God's presenting you because they do not see it, because they know that they're not going to have it. So I want you to first pay attention. If you start to feel drained, if you start to feel tired, if you start to feel a lot of pressure on you, I want you to think about the last individuals that you came in contact with. So consider it almost like a spiritual flu, right? So the same way that you would try to retract or backtrack to where you were or what you were doing that has you in contact with certain illnesses, that's the same what you're going to do pertaining to people that you come in contact with. So think about the last person that you spoke with. If all of a sudden now you're starting to feel upset, you're starting to feel a fluctuation of feelings that you know that don't belong to you, it's for you to think about who you were just connecting yourself to. Now, I say this, chosen ones, because there are certain people that you were connected to that, again, they are miserable. These are people that train their mind to think that they're limited. These are people who are stuck in their circumstances. These are people that no matter how many times that you try to encourage them to be the best that they can be, they don't see those things. They don't believe those things. So they're not going to be those things. All right. So you have to disconnect from them, because if not, you're going to start taking on their energy and claim it as your own. So these are projections feelings that you'll start claiming like they're your own, okay? So again, that's that anxiety, that's that anger, that's that irritability, that's that sadness, that's that feeling like things aren't going to work out, whatever the case may be. Shake that off. That's not you. That don't belong to yourself. That's other projections. And you'll know because it'll come out of nowhere. You'll be feeling good, and then all of a sudden you're not. You understand? So think about who you were connected to at that time. Now, there's some of you chosen ones that it wasn't. Now, again, I'll say this. This is a time to be cautious about who you're eating after, who you're eating with, who you're drinking from, so on and so forth, because there's certain individuals, chosen ones, that are intentionally sending negative energy. So they're attacking you. So at those times where they feel like you're sad, that's when they send certain dark magic towards you. There's certain people that as soon as you get sad, that's when they send negative energy towards you, because you wouldn't be in your light, because you would be in a lower frequency at that time. So if you're in the darkness, or if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling mad, you need to stay prayed up and shake those projections off, because that's when the enemy is going to attack. They want you to match their energy. They want you to match their misery. They want you to match as far as their limitations. So again, chosen one, shake that off, all right? That does not belong to you, especially if it comes out of nowhere. Again, you'll be able to decipher. Thank you, babies. You'll be able to decipher as far as projections from feelings that you're supposed to be feeling, all right? So I'll explain this to you. So the projections, again, will come sporadically. You'll be doing good, and all of a sudden you're not. This is when you'll be feeling so encouraged, you'll be feeling motivated, then all of a sudden you're not, right? These are sometimes based upon individuals that you're around or you're connecting yourself to. So some of you may say, well, you haven't been physically around any individuals. Well, now let's talk about as far as certain individuals that are sending you energy without physically being connected to you, right? So these are individuals that you no longer are connected with. They're starting to go through karma and certain consequences. They're starting to realize that the answer to their biggest question or their accomplishment was through you. They're starting to realize that when you arrived in their life, you was there to provide big good news. You were actually giving them big opportunities that you were presenting through being with you. You were choosing that individual. You were chosen. So when a chosen individual chooses somebody to connect to, extend their love to, so on and so forth, they become in a sense chosen too. They receive those benefits, right? Now, there's certain people, chosen ones, that when you were connected to them, they felt like it was coming from them. They forgot that you were important, right? And I say this, chosen ones, because that's almost like somebody who has a charger and a phone is dead, and they feel like they got the power in their hand because they have that charger that you need to plug in, right? The whole time, you're not that charger, nor are you that phone. You're that energy behind it. So you're that electricity in a sense. You're that power behind what they're able to even plug into in order to have the ability to do certain things that they were doing. So you speaking life into them. You believing in them. You speaking certain accomplishments on them. You providing certain abundance, protection, so on and so forth, right? So I want you to realize, chosen ones, that there's certain individuals that you were connected to that felt like they could do better than you, that felt like they were better than you, and it was all just a facade. It was an illusion. They forgot at that time who they needed. So they got a full phone or a full charge off of you, went on to make calls or connect with individuals that they wanted to over you, and now their battery is starting to get low, and they're realizing that they need to recharge, and they're thinking about how they can reconnect. Now they're thinking about how they were feeling so full of ego, feeling themselves when they was connected to you. Now they're starting to realize that the energy was coming from you. You finally pulled that plug. A lot of you was still paying on behalf of these individuals energetically, and I'll explain it to you, right? So chosen ones, this is equivalent to you paying your electricity, right? And I'll give you an example. So you were paying your electricity, okay? And you were paying your bill. Now, every time you got a bill, it was high as I don't know what, right? So you sitting there trying to figure out what you can do to be more cost efficient. You clicking the lights off. You not running that water. You sitting there, whatever the case may be, right? So you did what you could do to try to change the amount or the charges in a sense, right? Now, this is equivalent to it spiritually, right? Now, you are somebody who was doing the work. So you were paying the bill in a sense, but you were doing the work. So this is you asking God. You seen certain karma and consequences come in that you're confused on why it's happening, because you know that you had good intentions. You know that you've been doing what you were supposed to do. So you're wondering why certain things keep happening to you. So who do you do? Who do you call, right? What do? You go and you call called the electric company, right? So you're getting this bill, you're seeing certain charges that you're doing everything in your behalf to make sure that, again, it's cost efficient, that it works out according to plan. And all of a sudden, again, it seems like it's for no reason. So this is equivalent to you disconnecting from certain people that no longer serve you, so you thought. This is you stopping certain toxic things. So you stopped drinking, you stopped reacting, you started to align in your purpose, you started to get your faith again, you got a connection with God again, you released certain things that didn't serve you. So this is equivalent to you going around the house, cutting off lights, that you cutting off certain people or taking off certain attention for things that you no longer needed to be paying attention to, things that no longer served you, right? You was being more cost efficient. Now, chosen ones, the thing is, this is when you go to God like the electric company, because you're like, listen, it's not adding up. I'm not doing bad stuff, so why do people keep coming towards me with bad intentions? You're talking to God like, well, God, I'm disconnecting from negative people. I'm not out here being negative, but why do these tests keep getting presented, right? So this is equivalent to you going around the house again, cutting off the lights. You're doing everything that you can. You're checking as far as your usage or what you're doing, and it's not adding up. Now, I say this, chosen ones. Thank you so much, babies. I say this because what's the next thing? Once you call them, they're going to give you certain advice in a sense. They're going to ask you certain questions like, okay, well, have you been setting your temperatures to a certain spot? That's equivalent to God asking you, have you set your boundaries yet? Have you put certain boundaries up? Are you doing everything on your half to try to maintain certain things, right? So you're like, yes, of course. Like, God, I'm making sure that the temperature doesn't change from this. So you're not setting your boundaries. You're not accepting low energies. You're not out here doing toxic things, right? So this is you just checking off that checklist the same way that you would do if you called for the electric, right? Now, I say this, chosen ones, because all of a sudden, they have you again. You check what you're doing. You check things off your list. You know that you're doing everything on your end, and it's still not adding up on what you're receiving. So the next thing that they'll ask you to do, and I can say this because I used to work for the JEA, right, back in the day. I'll say, which is an electric company. So I'll say this, right? The next thing we say is, all right, well, I need you to go outside and just check your surroundings. I need you to check out to make sure that there's nothing that's siphoning your energy in a sense. So that's like plugging up the extension cords. Make sure that you don't see nothing out of whack. We're just going to have you step outside of your house to check the circumstances, right? Check the surroundings. Now, this is equivalent to God telling you, step outside of yourself, because you're always able to find solutions for everybody else's problems. You're always able to see the light in everybody else's darkness. So now God's like, all right, well, step outside of your situation, because you give advice to everybody else. So now we're going to see if you could take it. So God's like, step outside of yourself and look around to the advice that you would give somebody else, or look around to your surroundings. Because if you know that you're not doing anything on your end that should have you reaping certain karma and consequences, that you're out here doing everything in your end to do things the right way, God said, all right, well, we're going to look to see who's draining certain things. So he has you step outside of yourself. Now, chosen ones, this is like you, again, been paying a high bill. You've been cutting things down. You've been had an attitude. You've been short with yourself. You've been limiting yourself because you're thinking that it's something that you're doing on your end that is making certain karma and consequences come in. Why certain things were getting restricted, whatever the case may be. Well, after you stepped outside of yourself, you took a look around, and you realized that there was individuals taking an extension cord from your house to theirs. So these are those people who try to put certain spiritual bounds on you, that try to do love spells on you, to try to speak certain financial restrictions on you. These are people who did bad things in their life. They were out here scamming. They was out here stealing. They had ill intentions. They were out here frauding in a sense, energetically, spiritually, financially, and physically, right? So chosen ones, that's equivalent to these individuals who are next door or around you, ain't paying for their bill, but they out here siphoning energy to you. They don't speak to you when they see you, but they have enough nerve to be out here stealing energy. You're working twice as hard as you should be to maintain both of y'all's locations, and they're over there doing nothing but just siphoning the energy. So that's equivalent to you, chosen ones. You have certain people that are connected to you, that there's limitations on you that have nothing to do with your doing in your household or what you're doing in your life. It's based upon the fact that they're out there siphoning. So this This is equivalent to people who used to siphon gas from people's cars. This is equivalent to, again, people that had the extension cords running from their house to yours, whatever the case may be. You were paying for things that didn't belong to you. So you was being harder on yourself, feeling like you was limited, feeling like you wasn't doing the things that you were supposed to be doing then. And the whole time it's not true. You was only limited based upon other individuals that were using you, okay? So some of you still have people energetically bounding themselves to you. They're speaking you out of relationships. See, they spoke that you wouldn't want nobody else after them because they wanted you to wait until they got they rocks off, until they sat there and ran they well dry. Now they want to come to you for you to be able to supply. So they persuaded you not to entertain anybody else. You persuaded yourself that you was good all by yourself. The whole time that was them putting a spell on you, illusion on you, because you started to feel like you wouldn't align with somebody who was like you, that you wouldn't get the reciprocation. So you were sick of waiting and you just decided that you didn't want love anymore. So that was an illusion. They spoke on you. Some of it was your parents, some of it was your family, some of it was your friends, because they had bad partners and they kept selecting the wrong individuals, so they wanted you to be limited like them. There's certain people that energetically were speaking spells on you, chosen ones, and it's not just that hocus pocus, mama say, mama sigh. Not just that. Some of these individuals were speaking limitations on you to have you doubt yourself, to have you fearful of taking certain leaps that God told you that he got that net out for you, that you wasn't going to fall. So I want you to realize, chosen ones, that again, there was certain energy getting siphoned from you all along. You felt like you were limited, your finances was limited because of something you did, but it's because as soon as you got those finances, who would you have gave it to? Who would you have looked out for that didn't even look right towards you? You understand? Who would you sat there and had sacrifice of the abundance that came in for you to supply their hatred, to supply their effery? God was like, absolutely not. So there's some of you that said as soon as you make it, you was going to help this person up. God was like, well, you're not about to make it then, because they not about to take your hand. They not about to sit there and have you limited. Absolutely not. So that's some of the reasons, the chosen ones, that you're experiencing certain symptoms right now, right? Now, I say this because as far as there's energies that you're not physically connected to, but these individuals are still keeping up with you. They're still speaking spells on you, and you're still living pertaining to the limitations that they set them, right? So again, this is you fearful of opening yourself up to anybody else because you feel like everybody has a negative motive. See, you have to realize that you're not the same individual that you were when you was close to them. So you are a whole different person. You didn't learn your value. You started to realize and set the boundaries for certain treatment around you. So now that you know that, chosen ones, you know better, you're going to do better. These people doubt you. They have you second guess yourself. So you second guessing your gifts is your intuition, where God is telling you to take an opportunity and you're scared to take it. You have to know that you'll be able to pick up on the red signs, the green signs, the things that are divine and the things that are not. You have to trust your ability, okay? So know that. Now, with me saying this, there's certain individuals that you're not even physically connected to that are energetically still bound to you. If you need assistance, the link's in my bio. I will do a buy one, get one free later on today. I can't say how long it's going to last, but I got you. You asked, and I'm going to do what I could do to assist you, okay? So I'll say this, chosen ones. If you need assistance to see what cycles are connected to you, who's still plotting on you, who's in your energy, why you feeling the way that you feeling, I got you. If you want to know if that's your true divine person or karmic, I got you. Links in my bio. If you want to know what you are doing to self-sabotage you or keeping yourself in a cycle too, I got you. Links in my bio, okay? Now, with me saying this, chosen ones, you are starting to, again, you're setting your boundaries. So you're pulling that plug. See, some of you chosen ones, when you were feeling certain projections and wasn't feeling yourself, you was wondering who it was coming from, right? So again, you felt sadness, anger, anxiety. You felt limitations. You felt people sending dark magic, and you were wondering exactly who it was. And this is, again, equivalent to you having an electric cord, an extension cord running from your house to theirs. See, with that cord, say you come across it and it's all wrapped up, it's all tangled around, right? So this is you feeling projections from everybody else. You're not understanding what is yours and what's being projected towards you, right? You're wondering why limitations are occurring for you when you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? So you're trying to see who's siphoning that energy in a sense. See, when you pull that plug, that's equivalent to you calling your energy back, you calling judgment. So this is how you do that. I call judgment on anybody who's limiting me, anybody who's sending negative energy towards me. I call judgment to any bounds that were placed on me, by me, or other individuals that were trying to connect to me. I protect my energy from any projections. That's how you call your energy back. That's how you pull that plug, right? Now, if you notice people specifically doing it, then you're going to substitute as far as their name. I call judgment on so-and-so for ill intentions, for sending love spells, for trying to keep me bound. I release myself from all cycles, so on and so forth. So when you say that special prayer, right? That's you pulling the plug. And you're going to wonder, chosen ones, who was siphoning energy then, right? Because you got a bunch of houses around you. That's a bunch of people around you. You feeling a bunch of projections around you. And you see this cord all tangled up. And you're wondering now who it's coming from. See, you could go slowly by going one by one, going through the cord, untangling that, disconnecting that. It's a long process, but you'll get through it, right? Or you can just cut all of that and pull the cord. So that's you saying that special prayer of you calling judgment. Now, you are not judging, you're calling judgment. That means you're presenting your case to God. You're saying, God, so-and-so was stealing, so-and-so was projecting, so-and-so was sending negative, so-and-so was speaking limitations, so-and-so was doing this. You presenting your case in front of God and presenting the receipts in a sense, right? So God is going to go to your peers, right? That's the, as far as, what are they called? Dang, I can't think of the name right now. So he's going to go to your peers, right? To see what they're going to say as far as if they say they're guilty or not. So he's going to go energetically to everybody else to see what they've been doing. Okay, well, have you been, so-and-so saying that you're sending black magic? Has anybody else said this about them? So now God will start going to everybody that they was connected to and hearing their prayers, hearing what they were saying and realizing, oh, nah, this person does this frequently. See, they may have started with somebody else, but it's going to stop with you. You're a divine individual. That's what you're here to do. Present the light, put light on the darkness. It's almost like that little spotlight in a sense. That's why you had people running. That's why people try to put your light out. They try to dim it. It's not going to happen. You're going to call judgment, right? So with this chosen ones, you call judgment. God goes to their peers. So other people too. Have we heard this about this individual? Have they lied before? Have they stolen before? Have they manipulated before? So you're calling judgment. That's you presenting your case, okay? So again, when I say that, I don't want you to feel like, oh, you judging people and all of that. No, but you have to have judgment. You have to know what's good and what's not. You have to know what's divine and what's demonic. You have to be able to judge that chosen one and present your case to God, okay? So present your case. Now, with me saying that, chosen ones, you could go loop by loop to see exactly who's attacking you or attached to you, or you could pull that plug. That's you calling judgment on them. So that means that anybody who has those ill intentions, anybody who was sending black magic, you ain't even got to know a name specifically. Anybody in that energy, you're calling judgment on them. So then what God's going to do? See, similar to you plugging that cord, extension cord that was going from their houses to yours. See, soon as you pull that cord, what's going to happen is darkness is going to arrive in a house. So you can pay attention, look into all the areas around you, all the people around you. As soon as you say that prayer, that's like you pulling that cord, and you're going to see who's going to fall in darkness. So the people who was doing death spells, when you say I call judgment on anybody who was doing death spells on me or my family or the individuals a part of my tribe, soon as you call judgment on that, they lights is going to cut off. That's how you going to know. Okay, they going to come outside, best believe. You ain't got to go in the darkness. They going to bring their ass outside to the light. You understand me? They going to bring their asses out because you're going to see certain things start to happen in their life, okay? So, with that being said, you, excuse me, chosen ones, because you know my allergies. So, if you hear me sniffling and shit, excuse me, but you will be all right. So with that being said, you pull the cord. So anybody who was doing death spells on you, now you see death happening all around them, and people dying, their friends is dying, their pets is dying, just everything around them, plants is dying, whatever the case may be. You call judgment. Now you see it get presented. You pull the cord. So you could have went step by step from person to person. Nope, we gonna cut that out. Less is more, right? Guys, like, just pull the cord. We gonna see who goes in darkness. Now when you call judgment on all those individuals who have been projecting, limiting or competing with you, limiting as far as finances for you, God's going to have the truth get revealed about these individuals. You're going to see their finances get limited. See, when you call your energy back, those people who try to swap out destinies, it doesn't work when you're being who you're supposed to be. So chosen ones, they can only attempt to swap destinies, and it would only be temporary that they could swap. And that would be if you're not being who God says that you are. So you're not living your truth. So this is you not allowing you to be you. They can't fully destiny swap. They can only give it a little preview. So this is them getting that short moment of prosperity. So they was scamming, they was cheating, they was lying, feeling like they got over on you with what they was doing, but it was only short lived. God gave them a quick glimpse what they could have got had they did the right things, right? So I promise you, call judgment. You're gonna see certain things happen. Now the issue is when you start to see certain things happening and you're not using your intuition, you start praying on behalf of these people that was plotting on you. So you call judgment, and then all of a sudden so-and-so, your auntie, your grandmother, your father, your brother, your friend, your lover, your neighbor, whatever the case may be, now they start going through certain hardships, and then you try to pray on behalf of them, and God is only having them go through what they went through because what they intended or were doing towards you. So you have to choose your side. When you set that boundary, you can't go back and forth. That's equivalent to somebody who is calling the police on this person for putting their hands on them, and then when the police get there, they pleading them not to take them. Like, please don't do it. Absolutely not. You should have never called judgment then. If you wanted to sit there and deal with that abuse and that mistreatment, okay, well, then that's what it was then. You should have did it quietly, right? So I'll tell you this, chosen ones. There's certain people that are going to go through certain karma and excuse me, because I see a damn net. Y'all know I don't like flying stuff. There's certain people that are going to go through certain karma and consequences based upon what they did towards you, what they intended towards you, so on and so forth, so-called judgment. If you need assistance, I got you, because when you come to me, I see people in your energy, best believe we plucking their asses out, all right? So I got you, chosen ones. If you feel like you can't see exactly who's doing certain things, come to me. I'll explain them to you. I'll describe it towards you, and you'll be able to decipher. I'm here to help you learn your gifts. I'm here for you to learn your strength, for you to find yourself again, so that you're not accepting the bare minimum and creating effed up worlds for yourself. You are the author of this. You understand me? Your mind is the manifester. So what are you thinking about? What are you entertaining? Who do you believe that you are? What do you think that you can do? I got you, okay? But again, there are certain people that you're going to see things happen to them based upon what they did to you. You are not here to save them. Stop praying on behalf of the people who is doing demonic shit to you. No matter what prayers you give them, it's not going to assist them from getting through the wrath that they about to get for doing what they did to you and other people as well, all right? So you can either join them or you can go mind your business. How about that one, all right? So you can either join them with the karma and consequences come in, or you can go about your business when you see karma and consequences happening to them. And you may not understand why it's happening, but they do. You understand their intentions, all right? So mind your business. Now, again, if you see certain injustices, chosen ones, that's different. If you see this person stuck, put down, they trying to get away, that's different. Even if you see somebody getting beat up, whatever the case may be, you don't technically have to jump in. You can call the police. You can sit there and get proof for that person. So sometimes when they say, oh, well, don't record, sometimes recording does help them. It's your intentions. Are you doing it for the clout, or are you doing it to assist them? Because if you get proof of what's happening to them and provide the evidence to the police, in a sense, the police will pick that up. You understand? So that certain circumstances call for different measures, but you're not to put yourself out on the line, because some of these individuals, chosen ones, they got the same darkness inside them. They getting beat the fuck up because they in the darkness with these individuals. If they wanted to get out, that's like stepping out the ring. You standing in the ring getting your ass whooped, you getting beat up, you sitting there getting two-pieced in a biscuit, you get mollywopped out there. You can either stay in the ring or get your ass out, okay? So you choose, okay? But some of you are going through certain things that don't belong to you. You feeling energy that don't belong to you. So this ties into the projections. People who are once crossed you that are now going through certain things based upon how they did you. So they sent death magic towards you. Now everybody around them is dying. Now they gonna be next. They gonna be the last survivor. And now they acting like that movie where they Final Destination. They gonna be paranoid. The same way that you was paranoid when they was sending magic towards you. You seen certain things happening around you. They wanted you to feel like chaos was all around you. Now guess what they're going through? Those same demons that they sent to you that could not impact you nor have an effect on you because you're protected, because you got that God in you. I want you to realize that they're now going through what they intended for you to go through, and they're not built like you. They don't have faith. They don't have a connection to God. They was praying to other things. They was being demonic. So guess what? It ain't no calling to God now. Absolutely not. Some of you don't realize God does turn the other cheek. God does act like he don't even hear them when they weeping. Why? Because when he sat there and gave them opportunity time and time again, they chose darkness. They chose destruction. They chose to be demonic. They chose to try to stop you. They ill intentions. So God's like, all right, we'll go back to that demon that you was praying or thinking it was presenting certain things for you, whatever the case may be. God will turn the other cheek. That's why he tells you to. You're not matching that energy. It's like a magnet. That's why you don't pay attention to it. Somebody saying something negative to you, don't even pay attention to it, because it's like a magnet. If you're not facing it, it's not connected. You understand me? So again, you know what you want to be connected to. Now, with me saying the chosen ones, you're going to clear out these projections, all right? So right now, you could be feeling certain symptoms, okay? So some of you could be feeling sick, literally drained, tired, and it's because of people that you were around or people that were sending certain negative energy in. This is the time to be cautious of who you have playing in your hair, playing in your food, playing in you, in a sense, who you sexually connected to. Now, you ain't got to stay celibate. That's your business. But if you're going to be out here being sexual, be sexual with somebody who's in their divine energy, okay? Now, I would say wait for your person, but if you're not sure and you go there, make sure at least they divine. Don't be out here giving your shit to a demonic-ass individual, all right? They can't enter unless you allow them inside. That's your body, that's your mind, that's your spirit, that's your house, that's your car, all of that, right? So, again, be mindful of who you're extending yourself to and who you letting in, okay? Pay attention to the signs. This is like a zombie apocalypse at a sense. You want to know who got bit from that temptation, that lustful energy, that demonic shit. So again, if you pop that pee, whether or not that's that pipe or that pocket, do what you do, but make sure it's a divine individual. Don't be out here passing that divine sitting there charging up their life and they swapping out. So I want you to realize that when you have sex, chosen ones, or when you are in the act of doing certain things, chosen ones, I want you to realize that is a transfer of an energy. So think about what they got going on in their life and wondering if you want to swap in, or think about what they got coming in and see if you want to. So if you thinking about having divine, you thinking all this love stuff for them, and they could just be thinking about getting certain things from you during that time that you messing around, they swapping that energy out with you. So now you're gonna get everything that they felt like they wanted you to get or that they had, and they swap out energy in a sense. So make sure that when you are in the middle of making love, that you making love with somebody who's in love with you. You understand? Or again, if you not just be cautious. This is not the time to be passing out certain things. There's demon and diseases going around, all right? And these demons are losing their vessels. That means that people that used to be harboring them are now passing away, getting locked away, or restricted. So now these demons are trying to find somebody else to live in. You understand me? So don't be out here just inviting the enemy in you, all right? Because you're going to get what they got, and that's just going to be the end of you. So be mindful, okay? This is not the time to just be out here experiencing certain shit, okay? Just saying. Now, with that being said, chosen ones, as far as the projections, again, you're shaking that energy off, okay? Now, as far as people that you're connected to, I want you to think of these like-minded individuals. They don't have to be just like you. So this is like, okay, you're an apple. They could be an orange. Now, those are two different, but they the same too, right? They're both healthy for you. They're both fruits in a sense. Now, take that how you want to take that, right? But I want you to think about that. What are you, who are you with, and what are they exchanging? Are these people that you would trust as a representation for you? So outside of you physically being present, would you want these people to speak on behalf of you, where their ways represent you? Are these people that you can trust when you're not around them? Are they going to still keep the same morals or keep up this momentum? I want you to realize that there's some people, chosen ones, that have been doing spells, love spells. Now, I'll tell you, because I've been encountered certain masculines that it's like, if you just would have been yourself, I would have liked you. I would have rocked with you because I could see through to the real you. You understand? So I love people who are just naturally being them. And if it aligns with me, that's cool. But if not, I still appreciate you being real with you, right? And real with me in a sense. There's some people, chosen ones, well, they will try to dress themselves up as everything that you want. They will do love spells on you, but they going to trip up. They going to talk about, they going to say something that you like, what the fuck you mean by that? What you mean by that, Clarence? What you mean by that, Claire? Because they're going to tell their position. So there's some people who have been doing love spells on you. Love spells it comes in various forms. So them actually doing voodoo love spells on you. Some of them coming dressed as something that they know that they're not, but they want to appear like they are that towards you. So these are people that see that you're at a certain status, and they know damn well that they can't play that position, but they're going to pretend to be prepared. They didn't lie on their application, okay? So be mindful. Again, chosen ones, don't tell people what you want. You tell God what you want, and you see if those people naturally add up to that. Those people who want to ask you 1,000,001 questions on what you want, instead of just observe it, they ask you. There's a lot of the times it's monitoring spirits. So, oh, well, what you like? Okay, well, what you got, motherfucker? Because don't sit there and they going to try to ask you questions so that they can dress themselves up like that, but they're not going to maintain that. Also, there's certain people that have been watching you, chosen ones, and they'll come to you saying everything that you saying to make it seem like it's divinely aligned. The whole time, it's a facade. They hitting you with that okie doke. They're trying to manipulate you. So trust your intuition. You can see through. Some of you try to persuade yourself that these are your people, and it's not. It's just they come with certain checks off your list because they've been paying attention. See, before people get to know you, they notice you. So they'll see the boundaries that you set for you. Some of them will try to see the boundaries to see how they can finesse a little bit. Some of them try to present themselves like they're divine and they really are karmic. Some of them have 8 out of 10 things off your list, but if they don't got 10 out of 10, that's not your partner then. That's how you're going to know. Everything that you ask for God for is going to get presented with them. You're not going to have to choose. They're going to be loving. They're going to be a provider. They don't need $1 million to provide for you. This is somebody that what they got, they're going to make it work. So this is somebody who's going to work hard. They could go from being in the street selling shit to now you didn't encourage them because they know that they're not going to take no risk. So now they're like, matter of fact, you didn't encourage that person to now put themselves in a position where they have a legit business. Now they didn't apply certain things and they working harder, whatever the case may be, right? So don't think about you just going to marry a millionaire off top. Some of them got millionaire, they are millionaire within them. So God is going to make sure that anything that they need is going to be given, okay? So chosen ones, don't sit there and put too much pressure on yourself feeling like you got to have this and have to have that. That's not true. You have that gift where this is like, you know how people can take like a lottery and they're like, listen, I want the large lump sum, or we can get paid for life this amount. You guys are getting paid for life. Sometimes it doesn't come in the form of a bunch of money at one time. Just the fact that you stay afloat. You understand? Just the fact that you have everything that you need. See, some of you manifest negative things because you feel like you limited. So now you looking at certain tools and you don't feel like you got enough to build some shit. Whereas that person could see what you got and be like, hey, yo, you could put this together. You can do that. So it's all about your mind. Think about the scramble game, right? How this person can see, they can only make a few words and feel like it's impossible. Now, I used to play this game called Rizzle, right? And it's like you find the words, see how many words you can make up. It's a competition. You're going against somebody else, right? Now, I mention that, chosen ones, because you could feel like there's nothing that you see or can do with what you got. And the whole time somebody else is praying for a few of those pieces right now. They can turn something into nothing. So right now, you could be feeling like that place that you want, that you couldn't get it, right? Now, that's not true. Matter of fact, God said come back, and that's going to be another message that I got for you. So I'll probably get off of here in a little bit, and I'll get back on again for a separate message, because that's something that you need to hear about manifestation, but I don't want to mix the messages together, okay? So we'll focus on projections right now. Some of you chosen ones are feeling sick, tired, way down based upon people that you're around, people that sending negative energy to you, protect you. Some of you chosen ones, think about it as the flu. You only start to get symptoms when that's actually getting released from you. So some of you are feeling tired, feeling drained, feeling sick. You can actually be purging in a sense, feeling like you're this is you using the bathroom, throwing up, tired, sleeping all the time. You feeling drained a little bit, and you are upset because you feel like there's work to do, and God was like, nah, you need to rejuvenate yourself in a sense, right? So there's some of you chosen ones where you're feeling certain purges that's coming from you. So you set the boundary, you said what you want in your life, and God's removing those things that no longer connect to you. So he's purging so-and-so's energy from the past. He's purging your mother's intentions, your friend's ill intention, all the connections that you had, everything in your system that did not serve you, God is purging from you. So this is like you taking a detox. You know, when shit's getting cleared out your system, it starts to get real. So that's what's happening right now. You're starting to physically see certain things stop in your life. You're physically starting to see certain people walk out of your life. You're physically starting to see the truth about people that you had around you, and it's because you're purging these energies from you. You understand me? So this is a good sign when you're feeling this chosen ones. I know you don't like to see it, but you're clearing that shit out. So think about the flu. You don't start to experience throwing up or diarrhea or sniffling and stuff before until it's actually getting out of your system, because some of it's just been laying in your system without you knowing. It's just been chilling, right? And then all of a sudden, when you finally start to fight it off and clear it out, that's when it starts coming out a different way. So some of you chosen ones are feeling it physically, feeling the energy getting purged from you. So you're tired, you're exhausted. Now, with me saying that, some of you are receiving or feeling drained because your energy's getting returned back to you. So this is all the again, you pull that plug. Just as you disconnecting from certain people that was draining you. You ending certain subscriptions in a sense with these satanic ass individuals. I want you to realize that just like when you have to go to the hospital or say you're getting an IV, that's a slow drip to put you back to where you're supposed to be, right? So you're not going to be able to just instantly go there and they flush your system real quick and now you're back hydrated after being dehydrated. It's a slow process. So there's some of you that because you're purging certain energy from you, but also receiving your energy back to you, it's going to take a few days. You could have like a few weeks where you're feeling a little tired and you're like, man, I know I'm supposed to be doing this. God said you're refreshing you. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You need to be nurturing you. You need to be relaxing. You need to be healing you. You need to be cleaning your surroundings. You understand? Now, with this happening, chosen ones, some of you are actually getting called to do like a spring cleaning. So as soon as you start to feel your energy back, which is going to be, don't rush it. Again, don't stay in no stagnant energy, but trust the process, right? You'll know. So when you feel that spark of energy, clean up. Spring cleaning. And I say that, chosen ones, because you're about to be aligned with new opportunities, new things that are coming towards you. You understand me? So take your rest. Right now, you're plucking out the rest of the people you still need to be connected with. God is clearing out the negative because he doesn't want you to include this with the foundation that you're about to build. So some of you are like, why the money ain't came yet? Why the love ain't came yet? If the money came, the people that you connected to would have spoke negative on you, would have tried to take it from you, would have tried to set you up, would have tried to steal it from you, would have tried to present themselves like they're your friend so that they can get something from you. God is removing the negatives before the finance come in, because guess what? The people that you give to, you're going to know that they're well deserving. Not only that, there's some of you that's wondering, okay, well, why having your love came in? God's disconnecting the third party energies that's been sabotaging you and stopping you. So that family member that always got an opinion, that mother that always makes you focus on them and you're not focused on your love, you got to sit there and act like you're in a relationship with them because they're calling you whenever they need you and you can't be with your boo because you got to be there for your people. No, God's clearing out all third party energies. Some of you, that job was a third party energy. You were so focused on your finances, you wasn't focused on nothing else. So God's like, nope, we're going to end that. So there's a lot of boundaries that are getting cut off. There's a lot of filters that are currently going on as far as your life that's clearing out the negative. So when you set that boundary, anything that doesn't live up to that is getting removed out your life right now. So don't rush the process, because you would have rushed into a relationship and still had that third party energy out there plotting. Some of the people that were sending blockages for you wanted you to be stuck in an illusion, so you stayed to yourself, didn't take certain risks, didn't move away, didn't do certain shit. Guess what? They're getting removed. Karma's coming to them. So now that they're getting their karma and consequences, now you get to get all the abundance that come in. God is clearing out anybody that would have served as a distraction or been destructive. You understand? So just know that, baby, okay? Now, with that being said, chosen ones, I want you to realize that Things are getting purged out for a reason. Let it clear out. Let it clear out. Relax. Everything's about to get presented. You got a love coming in. You got finances coming in. Some of you don't even realize that you're at the end of your lease where you're like, all right, am I about to re-sign that? But you're getting called to be patient for them. You're about to get opportunities presented to you. Some of you don't even realize. Listen, I promise you, I'm going to come back tomorrow in the AM, or I might come on later, but I do got coaching sessions. I'll tell you this. I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you what is getting presented. So right now, this is for you to prepare yourself for it, okay? Spring cleaning. If you want a new couch, throw that old couch out there. You understand? If you want a new car, you're going to have to let that old car go. You understand? Don't think about your circumstances right now. You got to focus about what you got coming in. So some of you guys saying you about to get a new car and you like, how? Baby, that's not for you to know right now, because if you knew, you taught the wrong individuals around you, or you would have included other people, gave rides to the people you wasn't supposed to be riding around. So just wait. It's all about to get presented. Now, again, if you need a heads up, I got you. If you want to know what's blocking you, what's coming between you and what's coming for you, if you want to know who's coming towards you, I got you. You understand? And again, you don't got to tell me nothing. I'm going to tell you everything, right? So, again, chosen ones, I tell you this because I'm going to tell you about your past. I'm going to tell you about your present. I'm going to tell you about your future, too. So, if I record the reading, if you want to record a reading, which I have, you'll be able to reference to it. So, there's some of you chosen ones, I'll speak certain things to get you prepared for what's about to get presented that you haven't seen yet. You get to take that and get that option. God gives you the first option before he enforces certain things, okay? If you have that love where you're like, all right, is it the real one or is this the karmic? I got you. If you want a coaching session, chosen one, I got you. I'm about to do buy one, get one free. So just look out for the link in my bio, okay? I try my best to do this as frequent as I can. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. But again, because I'm going to eventually stop doing one-on-ones as far as like readings, I'll still do mentorship. But because I'm going to end up stopping that eventually, I'm just trying to get as many in as possible. I want to make sure y'all good. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. I believe in you. I'm excited to see you. I'm excited to see everything align for you. You got so many positive things coming, okay? So I love you so much, chosen ones. I'm going to upload. Thank you, babies. Now, listen, I do love the one-on-one, so I'll definitely end up doing like the mentorship where it's like one-on-one, but I'm also going to start doing group settings too, where we're doing like a reset Sundays type of vibe, okay? So because some of you feel like you by yourself, thank you so much, baby. Thank you, nurse. Thank you, Journey. Thank y'all. Because chosen ones, you feel like you're by yourself at times, you're the only one going through it. I feel like it's good to have your peers there with you so that you know, like, listen, they in this too. They went through this too. So again, I got you. Also, this will allow yourself to start to step out and be social a little bit. So I'll be doing our painting prophecies, but a limited group. So I'm telling you, when I do have it back on sale, chosen one, it's going to be a limited number. I'm talking about 5 to 10, okay, available. Thank you so much, because I like to have that personal experience, okay? Also, chosen ones, again, the mentorship will have the reset Sundays where we'll have a group. I love the fact that masculines, y'all been coming forth. Y'all getting right too. I love that y'all trust me with y'all's sessions as well, because you have to have an even balance. Your divine masculine and your divine feminine energy. You understand? So I appreciate you. I love you. I'm proud of you because you out here helping change the dynamic of other individuals. You the gift that keeps on giving in a positive aspect, okay? So I love you so much, chosen ones. I got so many excited things planned for us that I'll definitely be telling you soon. But if you need me, you know how to reach me, okay? I love you. Continue to be great. Love you, babies.